Faith and fear are based on the same principle, based on something that we cannot see and yet believe to be true. Most people will dream up the worst case scenarios. Here's what could happen if I, attempt this. If I start to actually pursue something of value. Here's all the terrible things that could go wrong. It might not work. People might laugh at me. I might be a laughing stock. I might fail. The list goes on. Or you could take it in the positive. Or you could look at it and be like, well, what if everything goes right? What if it's better than anything I ever thought possible? What if it's everything I ever wanted and more? What if it's the greatest decision I've ever made? Problem is that we're always leaning towards the negative. We're always leaning towards fear and doubt. Stop leaning towards fear and doubt. Lean towards, doing the work. Lean towards actually achieving what you want out of life. Taking the risk and seeing what happens, seeing who you can become. It comes from faith. But have faith in the positive, not faith in fear. Don't place your faith in the worst possible outcome. You got to risk it for the biscuit. The reason why most people, 99% of the population, will never achieve anything in their life is because, they don't even enter the arena. It's not that you got in there and it didn't work, or you had a crack and it didn't pan out. Most of the time, you didn't even try. Or if you did try, there's trying and then there's trying. Most people will just show up. Say they did it. Say that they tried and, it wasn't for them. It didn't work. But did you actually? Did you actually show up and give it your all? Did you actually go all in and deliver so far beyond everything? Did you sacrifice what needed to be sacrificed? Did you give your heart, your soul, your effort to it? And it still failed? I doubt it. Unless you were chasing the true pinnacle of life. The true top tier, which, let's be real here, if we're talking on here, we're not talking about that. If you give everything you have and you do the work and you are consistent, you show up with intensity, effort, and consistency, you will succeed. In some format or another, you will fucking succeed. And I get people who tell me things all the time. They're like, but I've been working out for ages and nothing happened. But when we actually dig into it, they haven't really been working out. They've been going to the gym. They've been showing up. But they haven't been giving it the intensity that is required, the effort that's required, the consistency that's required. And I will give credit where credit is due on that one. That if you are doing something, you're already 100 times better off than the person who's still sitting on the couch, who hasn't even gotten up to do anything. You're already better than that guy. That's great. But if you're gonna put in effort, put in fucking effort. I don't get this concept of, I'm trying and I'm working and I'm committing time, money and effort into this thing, but, I'm not really. I threw some dollars at it, I threw a bit of time at it, I show up, I half-ass it, don't really push myself, it just is. No, you have to get in there and you have to get fucking dirty. You have to find a way to keep pushing. You have to find a way to dig out that. And it doesn't mean you're going to enjoy it. There are lots of workouts that I don't enjoy. There are lots of days where I don't want to get the fuck out of bed. Today was one of them. I was tired. I haven't been sleeping well. My son's been up and down. There's been other things going on. And I was fucking knackered. And I didn't want a bar of it. But I made a deal with a mate that we would be there at 6 a.m. So lo and behold, there we were at 6 a.m. fucking working out. And afterwards, I was so abundantly grateful for that fact. I was abundantly grateful that I actually got off my ass and did the work. And that's the way it always is. But people think that they need to be motivated, they need to be excited, they need to enjoy it. No. You can enjoy the results. You can enjoy what comes from doing it. You can enjoy the byproducts. But it doesn't mean you have to be excited and enjoy every moment of this. No, you just do it because it needs to be done, because it's building you towards the life you want, and it's building you towards the results that you want. That's why I talk about all the time that fitness is the gateway drug to everything else in your life, because if you can master fitness, if you can master just doing it every single day, no matter what, no questions asked, ignoring your feelings and sticking to the plan, shit, man, life is gonna be good for you. Life is gonna go your way. You're gonna learn these incredible lessons that will transfer to all areas of your life. You'll quickly discover that you are resilient, you are capable, then you have grit and determination and discipline and follow through, and that you can commit to something without seeing instantaneous results, but knowing that if you do it long enough, the results will come. This is how we change. This is how we become the best version of ourselves. This is how we win at fucking life. But you cannot see the results and the progress that you want until you do the work initially, until you build those skills. And the easiest fucking way to do that is through fitness. Like, we've spoken about it before, but the point of the exercise, the training, the nutrition, the chasing greatness, the 6-week fitness challenge is not the body, is not the fitness, is not that. That's a fucking lovely byproduct. That's a nice turn of events. The point is to become the man that you know you should be, to become the man who is going to lead by example, to become the man who's going to change the fucking game, who's going to be an inspiration to his kids, his wife, to those all around him. He's going to become that man. That's who you want to be. That's the man you want to become. Having a six-pack, looking good in clothes, that's a nice byproduct. Don't get me wrong, it is fucking nice, but it's not the point. It is not the point. It's not why we are doing it. We were doing it to become the man we know we should be. But people can't see it that way. They can't see that what you're actually craving is discipline. They can't see what you're actually craving is grit and determination. You can't see that what you're desiring is purpose and drive and passion for your life. You can't see those things. All you can see is the disgusting man in the mirror. You can see the man tits and the stomach hanging over and how ashamed you are. You can see how it's crippled your confidence, how you hate who you've let yourself become, how your body reflects your decisions and those poor decisions. You hate that. So we focus on that. Focus on dealing with that. But the magic isn't the six-pack. The magic is the man who created the six-pack. The magic is becoming that guy. That is the life changer. That is the game changer. That is where everything else fails in comparison. And that's why we must do it this way. But that's why I start with the 6-week challenge. It's a 6-week fitness challenge that will transform your fucking life like you wouldn't believe. And yeah, you'll get in pretty good fucking shape during that time. Is that the end of the story? No. That's the beginning. That's the entry phase. But we've got to start there. Can't throw you in the deep end. Can't throw you into where I'm at. I had that one the other day, that people want to do the workouts I do and do the things I do. And I'm like, you're not ready yet. You haven't invested the time that it took me to get here. So let's start you at the beginning. Let's start you there and build up from there. Because a lot of the results come from consistency and intensity over a long period of time. But first we've got to build that foundation. We've got to build that foundation of discipline, that foundation of this is what we are doing. This is the man that we are. this is how we build it out. And then we can progress. And then you can keep moving forward. But the problem is most people won't enter the arena because they tell themselves stories about why it didn't work or why it's not possible for them. You know, I don't have the genetics, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the access, I don't have insert thing. It never works out for me. It just isn't for me. It is for you. It's 100% fucking for you. This is unquestionable. You need to be this guy. And not for you. That's nice. That's a nice little bonus. But it's not about you. It's about them. It's about your kids. It's about your wife. It's about those who look up to you. It's about those who serve. It's about those who are around you. Stop being a selfish asshole. This isn't about you. You're doing it for others. So you need to start acting like you're doing it for others. You need to be the greatest version of you. And you do. You have time. You have capacity. You have the ability. It's choices. And look, I used to give a similar speech to this back when I was in my 20s. And I was free as a bird. I look back at those times and I was like, God, I was an asshole then. Telling parents that they had the same 24 hours in the day as I do. That's a fucking lie. Holy shit, is that a fucking lie? And I get it. If you have kids, your life is way more chaotic. So much of your time isn't yours. Because you have work, and you have kids, and you have responsibilities, and all this kind of stuff. It's fucking hard. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be easy, but it's worthwhile. And it's damn well important for them. You have to make hard decisions. You have to make hard choices about how you utilize your time. But I'm guilty of it, and I'm sure you're guilty of it too, that you are wasting a butt-fuck ton of time. Like, I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it that you are wasting so much time that you could be using for stuff that matters. To utilize on your workouts, to utilize on your weighted walks, to utilize into becoming the greatest version of yourself. But it's also this weird thing of once you start allocating that time and saying this is a priority and it is getting done, suddenly other things get easier, suddenly other things open up, suddenly other areas improve. But it's that one of, if you don't look after you first, how are you expecting to see the other areas of your life improve? If you don't look after the thing that creates your life, fucking you, that gives you energy, that gives you focus, that gives you drive and the ability to do all this stuff, if you aren't looking after that, why is it a surprise that, things go wrong? Why is it a surprise that it's not working as well as it should? That should be a no-brainer. Because you aren't looking after you. If you aren't in great shape, you are leaving stuff on the table. Unquestionably. Unfucking questionably. You are leaving potential on the table. Because, you have to look after the thing that provides for you. If you're a race car and you're putting, shitty, dirty fuel in and, crappy tires on it, why am I not winning races? I'm the best driver around. Because you aren't looking after your vehicle, the thing that allows you to do the thing. It's just a mind-boggling one. And we as a society have this so ass backwards. Like I saw this one and they were talking about LeBron James. And they were like, he spends over $2 million a year looking after his body. And I was like, he should probably be spending 10. The man's nearly 40. And he makes $40 million a year from playing basketball. Not to mention all of his endorsements, all of his sponsorship. Spending $2 million to continue to make 40 is a fucking drop in the bucket. I would pay that price all day. But people think that that's weird, and that's literally his livelihood, is his physical body. And yet we do the same. We're like, I don't look after my body. I'm not very good at my job. I'm tired all the time. I don't feel good in my life. I have no confidence. I don't feel good in my relationships. I don't feel like I'm attractive. I don't feel like my wife looks at me the same way. I don't feel like I'm good enough for my children. Oh, but they're the most important thing in my life. But I won't do the shit that's fucking hard to be the man that you need to be. Of course it's not going to work. Of course, if you don't look after this, you, the vessel, the vehicle that creates that, of course it's going to be difficult. You have to have that wake-up call and actually enter the arena. Stop letting the fear of unknown, the fear of what could go wrong, or fear of failure prevent you from stepping up. I guarantee you, I fucking guarantee you, that if you show up with intensity, effort, and consistency, you will get results. If you want a double guarantee, you do that in my Chasing Greatness program. If you get the fuck in there, and if you can show me that you've shown up every single day with intensity and effort and you don't get great results in the 6 weeks, I'll give you your money back. There is zero chance that if you show up and do what is required, if you show up and give maximum fucking effort, you're grinding out, pushing everything you have, that you don't become a better man after that. That you don't get great fucking results. It's unquestionable. But most people want to put their faith in a fear, in a negative, in a doubt. Place it in a positive. What if? What if it's everything I ever hoped for? What if it's better than I've ever dreamed of? What if I finally become the man that I want to be? I finally step up and achieve what I want to achieve, and I can lead the way I want to lead. What if that happens? What if it's that outcome? Instead of focusing on the negative, what if we focused on the positive? What if we actually put faith in ourselves that we can do this shit? What then? Oh, shit, maybe everything in your life will get better. Because it does. Exercise is known as the halo effect. It has one of those that transforms every area of your life. Suddenly, if you start exercising, you eat better because, oh, lo and behold, when I eat like a dick, I feel like shit. Shocking. You know, if you have negative habits like smoking or drugs or alcohol, suddenly you don't do them for the same fucking reason because it makes your workouts harder. People end up earning more money. They end up getting raises or better relationships. Like, this has actually been studied that undertaking an exercise plan will improve every single area of your life. And that was just a basic one. If you go, balls deep, hard as a motherfuck into this kind of program like Chasing Greatness, every fucking area of your life will get better. Every fucking area. As I said, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If you do the work, you give it intensity, effort, and commitment and consistency on it, I guarantee that the results will blow you away. One of my guys came in and he was like, my goal is to lose 5 kilos in the 6 weeks. Do you know what he did? Do you know what he did? Because he did that. He gave intensity, effort, and consistency. He lost 20 kilos. He 4x'd his ideal weight loss results. And that's what happens when you get the fuck in and actually do the work. That's what happens when you're a man who commits to the process. You focus on building grit and discipline and determination, and you do what is required. That's when the game changes. That's when you become the best version of yourself. So as I said, I've put it down there. If you can show up and do the work, if you can show up and show me that you're giving it everything you have, and it doesn't completely change your life, I'll give you your money back. I am that fucking confident. I am that confident. So now is your moment. Now is your time. Click the link in this video or in my bio. Get into Chasing Greatness. Begin that process. It's fucking 6 weeks. If you can't go balls to the wall for 6 weeks, well, we need to have a different conversation. We need to have a deeper conversation about the level of commitment you have in this life. But let's start with that. Let's get you into that. Chasing Greatness. 6 weeks. Fitness challenge that will transform every fucking aspect of your life. If you are ready for that, Let's make it happen, because it will be the best decision you have ever made. Because, well, you're worth it, but more than that, your family are worth it. Your wife and your kids and all of them, they are worth it. So it's time to actually do what is required. Are you ready for that? And I'll see you in Chasing Greatness.